So, as you know, because I couldn't stop talking about him in my latest video, I love Dante. But I've discovered a little thing about his 2 plus his 3 plus his 4, aka the little book that follows you around and your teammates. So, I said some incorrect shit in the latest video I did, and for once, no one told me that this was incorrect. I've discovered it. I've realized it during my following testing because I love this frame and I wanted to. I want to keep trying weird shit with him. This book is not a damage buff. This book is not copying your main weapon's attacks. This weapon is nothing like that. This book is something much more interesting, and I want to show it to you. So let's take a quick look at what it actually does. So I have this Corrupted Heavy Gunner still pad 170 level, and okay, some viral, some hits, some slashes. Makes sense, it's a Soma. But you're not doing any damage, bro. Like, what the fuck were you supposed to be showing us? That is pitiful. That is stupid. Yeah, of course it does the damage procs on your main weapon, right? Because you have a slash viral hit build on it, and you see where I'm going with this. You see where I'm going with this. You probably should. It's an actual copy of your book. For the first time in ages, Digital Extremes wrote an ability description. A small one at that. And it was 100% correct. And I was not expecting it to be like this. Because this is the difficult way to make this ability. This is the difficult way to make it. But it is what it is. It works like that. It's a copy of your book, just that if it uses 30% of the damage that the actual book does. But this opens up a lot of avenues for theory crafting and for really interesting builds for several reasons. The main reason being, look at this Soma. This is a no fucking ass Soma build. This is ancient building. No galvanized mods. No primary adapter for an arcane. No nothing. No prime mods. I have prime shred. No prime mods. No nothing. This is an old ass build. Okay? And I can like with no issues. Oh, it's not, of course, it's not Jot on primary weapons. I always forget it's high voltage. You can build your weapons full corrosive and without needing to use a pet, you can have your weapon self-prime. This is an old Soma build against some of the hardest enemies in the entire game. And at a higher level that most players will ever find them in. This is an old-ass Soma build doing all of those statuses. All of those statuses. This is beautiful. That's why it is. This is just beautiful to behold. So what this means is that you can, at almost no cost of utility, subsume over your one, but you can still use your one in most of the capacity. Unless you wanted to use your one for pure DPS, you can use it in almost its full capacity. There are some things you cannot do, of course. For example, most of these mods won't work at all if you use them in this way, because a lot of them ask of you to use the alternate fire on the book, and of course you're not gonna have access to that whenever it's just a copy floating around you. So all the invocations don't work. And the canticles, in my testing, I think they work. The problem being, this weapon, this copy of this book is competing against your main weapon, right? And because it's competing against your main weapon and it shoots afterwards you hit an enemy, most of the times the killing will be done by your main weapon, not by the book. The book will help, but the killing blow will be done by your main weapon. Which means, yeah, you can use the galvanized mods. They activate. I've seen it. On the buff bar, they activate, they work. But they're not as consistent. So if you want to use this knowledge to just do more damage, use more consistent mods. Use mods like this. Like even if you want more status chance, just use Sure Shot. Use more consistent mods, and also, if you were not intending on using his book on the first place, this means that you can use less forma, and you're gonna waste less forma, because I completely understand that not a lot of people have a Warframe channel in which they're committed to spend actual money in order to buy all the forma that is necessary for the testing. So 2 forma is actually a lot for a lot of people. A lot of people don't, oh my god, just 10 forma drop out of my pocket. So something else to keep in mind, if you don't want to use his one because you don't like the idea of having a book, you can just be cheaper on forma and still get some use out of this, because you don't need Horn Strike here. If all you're doing is using this as a primer to spread viral, right? You don't need all the format. You don't need the expensive mods. As long as you can fit the fire rate, the multi-shot, and the status that you want, that's all you need. And you can get a lot of mileage out of this. So these are my tips. But it doesn't end there. This is not over yet. Because this also means, even if, again, this is not an optimal build to use with this technique, this is optimal to use with the actual book as an ability, but I showed you on my last video on Dante, I showed you that he can use Archon continuity. Because, yeah, not many abilities in this game inflict toxin, so it's a non-use mod by most of people because it's almost useless, right? But because you can, if you can inflict toxin with an ability, and your book is an ability, and you can just use toxin on your book, this means it also does corrosive ticks. Of course, this also works with the book, with the copy of the book. It works. There you go. Toxin plus, oh my god, that is a lot of corrosive ticks. That is a lot of corrosive ticks. It absolutely fucking works. Oh, wait a minute. This is actually, this is not optimal at all. This is a terrible way to showing that, because I didn't change my build. The weapon itself was doing the corrosive. Okay. Excuse me. There you go. Corrosive and toxic ticks. It totally works. It totally works. Like, you can do weird shit like this. And of course, Archon Vitality. You want to do double hit procs. Also works. It also works. And you can stack all of those ticks of damage from the hit, from the toxin, and all of them will work with the collapsing of all of the DOTs on your 3+3+4. The potential on this motherfucker is just endless. But wait, there's more. Because if those Archon mods work, there's another one that works too. You can go viral electricity. Again, because it's an ability. Okay, Energy Nexus, yeah, it's cool. This shit is cool, but I want even more energy, bro. I need more. Like, this is not enough. This is not enough. Yeah. And I want... Or I don't want more energy. Okay, I just want almost the same amount of energy, but I want even more range. I want even more range. Of course it works. Of course it does. Because this Warframe is insane. Like, okay, take a look at this. Electric proc. Look at the energy. Look at the energy. Oh my fucking yeah. There you can see it. Fuck my life. This Nvidia broadcast didn't allow you to. Look at it. Look at it go. It works. Look at the buff. Look at the buff. Here it is. So I know that's a long video for just such a small thing, but I could just feel like a 2-hour video on this fucker. Like, he's amazing. It's beautiful. And they're gonna nerf him. They've already confirmed it. Oh boy. I hope they don't gut him like a fish. That would make me really sad. So that's all for today, boys. And girls. Maybe there's like a couple of you watching me. See you later. See you on the next one.